Okay, so we are back here. Final third. This Cohiba here is vintage Cohiba. Picking up a little strength, picking up a little nicotine strength. The draw has been awesome the whole way down. The burn has been awesome the whole way down. The draw has really opened up. Taste is has become more toasty. Yeah, nicotine wise, like I always, if I'm not drinking alcohol, like I'm not right now, I'm drinking water. Usually, nicotine. Man, I'm trying to take this band off here without destroying it. It's on there pretty good. For me, nicotine will kind of give me like, give me a little gas. You know, like I'll start belching and stuff. Like indigestion almost. On these cigars. If I'm not drinking. If I'm just drinking water or something. So, that's one thing I'll tell you there. One downside of a lot of the American cigars, and when I say American cigars, I mean tobacco from Honduras or from Nicaragua, Ecuador, all that stuff, Dominican. The tobacco, the nicotine is so much stronger than Cuban. Terms of Cuban cigars that are pretty strong nicotine wise, I would say Trinidad's are pretty strong. What else would be a strong one? Bolivars are pretty strong nicotine wise. But not nearly as strong as a lot of the American cigars. If you smoke a big Toro or something, you know, an American Nicaraguan Toro or a Gordo or something, Jesus, I mean, that'll blow me away. I mean, it'll knock me out. Nicotine, I'll just be it's very strong. Definitely don't want to smoke one of those on an empty stomach. A little bit more toasty. The second hand is really sweet, like sweet bread. Typical Cuban Vuelta Abajo tobacco. That is one of the signatures of tobacco from the Vuelta Abajo region. It's just second hand smells awesome. I mean, it always smells just great for me. It's very sweet, very bready, you know, like baked bread. So I had an idea. I'm going to do a review of the Cohibas that just came in, the young Cohibas. So I want to compare a young Cohiba Lancero with a vintage Cohiba Lancero. So that's something that I'll do in the next few days. I'll smoke one of those. In the next few hours, I'm going to smoke a Trinidad Fundadores and compare that one with this one. And actually, I do have not a vintage, but an older, maybe a 2-year-old Trinidad Fundadores that I'll smoke. So it'll be a little bit more, you know, in line with what this was. Yeah, get a little burpy when that nicotine's starting to hit me for some reason. The getting pretty strong right now for me. Toffee, like burnt toffee. Bitter chocolate. The creaminess has kind of subsided, in fact. Getting a little cottony. Still pretty good. I mean, it's we're down here to the nub, and it's smoking really good. Plumes of smoke. The flavors were very, very subdued, very mellow throughout the smoke here. Probably somebody who is new at cigars, they're not really, their palate is not really attuned to the flavors and stuff. An aged Cohiba, 5-year-old Cohiba, might be very bland. That's what I would say. That's my final, review on this thing. An aged Cohiba is very mellow smoke, not a very flavorful smoke. So because of that third barrel fermentation, Cohibas go in, they're already aged basically. And then if you age them longer, they might be like a 5-year-old Cohiba might be like a 10-year-old normal cigar, where you're entering into that second maturation where the cigars kind of lose flavor and become a little bit more mellow. And that's kind of what this tastes like. This tastes like a cigar that's it's beginning its second maturation, where you're losing a lot of the intense flavors, but you're gaining a lot of that smoothness. Yeah, burnt toffee. Little bitter chocolate. Man, but the smell of the smoke is sweet, and also the smell is really chocolatey, interestingly. So, very interesting, very interesting. I would have to give this cigar, the burn was almost perfect. Actually, it did go out once. Nice, beautiful, heavy, thick ashes, compacted. Construction-wise, I would give it maybe an 8. Burn-wise, a 9. Flavor-wise, probably like I said, it's very mellow, very subdued. Very delicious though for me. I mean, ever since I started doing these reviews, I'm even more attuned, connected to the flavor profiles. Maybe 8.5 on the flavor. Pre-draw was also pretty subdued. Wasn't blasting me with flavors on the pre-draw. I got a little hints of some sour raisins, some cherry, stuff like that. Not a lot of salt, not too sour. and not very sweet on the pre-draw. So smell of the cigar was, pretty good. So pre-draw, maybe, an 8. So I mean, overall, I'd give this cigar maybe an 8.5. Very nice treat. Alright. Well, I'll kill it about there. It's starting to get a little bit bitter. Getting down to this nub here. I'm not going to put it out. I'm going to keep smoking it, but I'm going to turn the camera off. So I'm going to do a review of the Trinidad Fundadoras that's coming next. I'm going to let my palate cool off and let this nicotine work its way through. So I'm not going to be blasted with nicotine immediately smoking a second big cigar. So I'll wait a couple hours and then do that Trinidad review. And in that review I'll talk a little bit more about the Trinidad history. Alright.